This time on Conestoga Connected, we learn what is so wonderful about WonderFit Gym. Downtown Guelph stands in for Chicago on Film Locales. Our own Tristan Greenoff steps up to announce a very special boxing match. And later, Tryout's Average Joe is looking for a bullseye. Stay tuned.
Welcome to Conestoga Connected. I'm Jake Stevens.
And I'm Tristan Greenoff. What do we have for the folks at home today, Jake?
We have boxing, B-brew, books, and bodies.
What a lineup. Let's get connected. The Cool Callings crew has covered some pretty unique jobs this past season.
You're right, Tristan. This week, they decided to visit Marta Carolina, owner and personal trainer at WonderFit, to discover what her niche is in the fitness world. Let's take a look.
WonderFit is a gym in Kitchener, and we mostly have a female clientele. A lot of what we focus on is body image, self-esteem, a healthy relationship with food. I don't believe you need to be spending hours and hours in the gym. Like, most of my clients are training 2 to 3 times a week for about a half an hour, and they're getting results. You don't need to be killing yourself, because realistically, food is where a lot of people's issues are. I personally had a lot of issues with food through actually all of my teen years and well into my 20s, and I definitely saw that there was a need for something that was a little bit more of a healthy approach to fitness versus just eat this really restrictive diet and work out till you can't. I started working as a trainer, then I started working at a private gym, subleasing, and then at first, like when I got into training, I didn't necessarily know exactly where I was headed, but I noticed the clientele I was attracting. So I'd say probably in the last year or so, I really nailed what my niche is. Definitely women are looking to have a guilt-free relationship with food.
I found that with Marta, I've been able to push myself physically to do more and better than I've ever been in my whole life. She helped me get stronger, she helped me get leaner, she helped me improve all of those things that you want to do at a gym. And I've changed my mindset about physical activity, where now the physical activity I do it because I love it and it's fun and it's challenging, rather than I have to do this because I ate cake last week.
A few things that people can do at home just to better their health is, even if you're just brushing your teeth, going into full range of motion with your hips, going down into a squat. We're never giving our hamstrings and glutes the proper movement. So doing that, as well as while you're cooking, throwing in a plank or two, you're going to relieve a lot of that stress in the lower back, the knees, and the hips that all of us have.
When we come in and I'm training, I come out feeling a lot better about everything, and I think Marta is a big part of that.
Yeah, exactly. This week, Jake Stevens went on location to Guelph to visit some of the film locations for the production of American Gods. Let's take a look.
Hey everyone, Jake Stevens here. Today we're checking out a few locations used to film the hit TV series American Gods. So without ado, let's check it out.
Filmed in 2016 and officially airing in 2017, American Gods is based on a novel by Neil Gaiman. Actors Ian McShane and Ricky Whittle could be seen working in Guelph's downtown on Wyndham Street. This is the Dominion Building. Built in 1935, it has a history as a government building and is an architectural feature of downtown Guelph. In American Gods, it was used as a bank. The crew even went out and built a fake ATM for the big heist in episode 3.
In the show, Guelph stood in for Chicago, Illinois. Signs such as this one directly behind me were altered in the process.
I had the opportunity to speak with business owner Jerry O'Farrell, whose store, The Flour Barrel, was heavily used during the production. The Flour Barrel provides many tasty treats and baking essentials. It was changed to Pete's Supermarket for the show.
I was on vacation down, actually camping in the desert, and I got this email. And I wasn't sure if it was kind of a fake email, but I responded, and that's kind of how it started, and eventually it led to them shooting part of their movie here. I have not seen it yet, but one of the fun things is that often customers come in and tell us that they've seen it, and they tell us how they've seen the storefront.
While the first season had relative success, the second season has floundered in pre-production. If you want to know how it all ends, feel free to purchase a hard copy from the novel American Gods. My name's Jake Stevens. I'll see you all back in the studio.
Next up, Getting Crafty takes a look at Together We're Bitter in Kitchener. Then, the Do or Die boys take to the ring for a final tie-breaking competition.
As this season of Conestoga Connected is nearing its close, it's nice to change things up once in a while.
You're right, Jake. This week, the Getting Crafty team took a walk on the wild side as they visited Together We're Bitter Brewing in Kitchener. Let's check it out.
Hey there guys, I'm Alex, your host from Getting Crafty, and we're checking out TWB Cooperative in Kitchener today on this episode at Getting Crafty.
I took a trip to TWB this week to see what they brew and learned about their unique business plan.
My name is Aleksandra Szaflarska, otherwise known as Alex. My name becomes unpronounceable after 0 beers, so that's fun. I am a worker owner here at Together We're Bitter Cooperative Brewing in Kitchener. We are one of 2 cooperative breweries outside of Quebec in Canada. And this here guy is responsible for all the beers up on our board.
My name is Peter Collins. I'm the head brewer for TWB. I'm in charge of all the beer production here. We're trying to do things sort of resurrecting old styles in a sense, like our Kopwasser, the folk summer that we had on tap, still on tap now, is an old German style that we resurrected.
Cooperatives are a democratic form of business, and the way that we look at it is we refuse to accept anything less than democracy in our government. We like to make decisions together, collaboratively in other parts of our lives, and yet in work often we don't look for that. And so what cooperatives do is try to re-inject that into our workplaces. So with a worker-owned cooperative, the people that work here are the ones who own the business. They get to make the management decisions.
Next, I sat down with Peter to enjoy a glass of their Pullman Porter.
It's a classic English porter. It's not a winter warmer, but it's a great winter beer. It's got those nice roasty, chocolatey flavors.
Well, especially with the chocolate.
Yes.
That's what you wake up on Christmas morning to drink.
That's right.
That's
And
what you
Boxing
save that
Day.
for. Yeah,
And New
Boxing
Year's
Day.
Day.
You get it on those days off, you get up in the morning and you don't have coffee, you drink this
That's
instead.
right. Exactly.
Well, we just got crafty, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next time. Thanks for having us, Peter.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Hey Tristan, did you know the Do or Die boys went boxing this week?
Of course, I'm in this episode too.
Oh cool. Was your journey out of the studio as smooth as mine?
After what Aaron did to Josh in the ring, I'm gonna go with no.
What did he do? I have to know. Let's check it out.
Hi, I'm your host, Aaron Stanley.
And I'm also your host, Josh Whalen. Today we're at the Whip Boxing Academy to see who's the better boxer.
What a great way to end a season.
So far, I've lost 2 episodes.
I've also lost 2 episodes.
This is the grand finale. Let's check it out.
How long have you been boxing?
Actually, I've been in boxing for over 40 years. Yes, I know. I think I came out of the womb boxing, but yeah, it's been over 40 years. I've been in the game of boxing, and I love it. I love the opportunity it has created for me.
You do a lot of work with underprivileged youth. Can you tell me about that?
Well, I work with a lot of kids that are underprivileged and at risk, and I think that the youth are the future of this city and of the community. So I like to give guidance to these young people, just teach them life lessons, life skills.
2, 3, 2. Just move around, just kind of. Pow!
I like it.
I love you. I love you too.
And that's why I'm gonna beat you up.
In this corner, Joshua Whalen. In this corner, Aaron Stanley.
Gentlemen, I'd like you to come on in. I'd like to give the pre-fighting instructions. No hitting below the belt line, the wide of the waistline, and up to the shoulders, okay? Aaron, Josh, I'd like you guys to touch gloves and come out fighting at the belt.
Yeah, well, I think that came out of place.
Oh, sorry.
That's good. That's good.
Sure. Okay. Good. Touch gloves. Good match, gentlemen. Majority draw. Majority draw.
Oh my God.
They said it couldn't be done.
Shake hands. Good match. Good match. Be proud of yourselves. Be proud of yourselves.
Since we tied, now we both have to do the punishment.
And that punishment is a mouthguard swap. Oh, God. Oh.
One.
Oh.
One.
This goes to show that I have a much better breath than Aaron. Just the thought of having a mouthful of somebody else's spit is horrible. My name's Josh Whalen.
And I'm Aaron Stanley. And this has been Do or Die.
We'll see you next time.
Now that was amazing. I can't wait to see what we have in store for the second half of the show.
Well, stick around, Tristan, because the fun doesn't stop here. But for now, a short break.
We'll see you soon.
Next on Conestoga Connected. The out-of-place crew takes a trip back to Little Ray's to visit some cuddlier creatures. We meet a science teacher who knows the coolest geeky hangout spot in the region. And later, Brittany takes a trip to downtown Kitchener to meet the owner of Encore Records. Coming up on Conestoga Connected.
Welcome back to Conestoga Connected. I'm Sarah Gazzola.
And I'm Edwin Harris. Sarah, we've got quite the lineup ahead of us, huh?
We sure do. From lemurs to sci-fi, bluegrass to archery, we have a great finale in store. Remember those cool reptiles that Kyle Runquist visited a few weeks back?
Yeah, I do. And this week he returns to visit Little Ray's less scaly residents.
Here's Out of Place.
Hi, I'm Kyle Runquist, and welcome to Out of Place. We're here today at Little Ray's Nature Center again for a very special segment. Let's take a look at what we're going to see today. Little Ray's not only has reptiles, but many other different types of animals. Here, Amanda Steen tells us about their two lemurs, Chrissy and Martin.
So these are ring-tailed lemurs. We have a female and a male. The female is Chrissy and the male is Martin.
Female lemurs tend to be more dominant. Because of this, they have to be separated when given their meals.
Originally, they're native to Madagascar though, and these guys will actually eat almost anything, so leaves, flowers, bark, bugs, fruit, vegetables, all that kind of stuff.
Next up, we have Kevin Dungy, introducing us to his good friend Gemma, the kangaroo.
Gemma is about 3 years old now. It's a young female red kangaroo. Kangaroos are only found in Australia, and with 14 different species, the red kangaroo is the largest.
Due to the peaceful nature of female kangaroos, they are a lot smaller than the males.
Now, people do often comment how small she is because they see videos on YouTube or on the internet of these giant, really jacked kangaroos. Those are the boys. The boys actually will fight amongst one another.
Lastly, we have Lilo. She's a sloth. Amanda will go into more detail about her.
She's a Linnaeus two-toed sloth. She's about 7 months old right now. And for her, since she is a female, she will take about 3 to 4 years to get sexually mature.
In captivity, sloths are known to sleep about 16 to 21 hours each day.
Natively, they're from northern South America, and these guys eat a ton of stuff. They're way more broad-based diet compared to three-toed sloths. So they will eat a lot of fruits and vegetables and leaves and bark and kind of just like the lemurs.
This is Kyle Runquist and Gemma. Thanks for watching.
Wow, I can't believe Kyle got to get that close to a kangaroo.
Neither can I. Now we've got schools out. Mackenzie felt like she was walking onto a movie set rather than into a 7th grade classroom.
Let's go visit some middle schoolers with a science class way more exciting than any of mine were.
Welcome to Schools Out. I'm Mackenzie Dobb, and today we're at Laurentian Senior Public School. Today we're talking to Cameron Shaver, an extra cool science teacher with an even cooler hobby. Let's go talk to him.
I teach grade 7 science primarily with a little bit of music and some spec ed support. Teaching has always been the goal, and I think I've been lucky in that way because I had a really clear path right off the bat, teaching. And a lot of people's like, oh, you teach 7, 8? Oh my gosh, I don't know how you manage that. It's different. It's all about personality. It's all about engaging with the kids.
When we touch it, we get lots of energy here. So this is creating a plasma in there. The atoms are shaking so much, they're throwing off that electron.
I love like just blowing minds kind of thing. Like look at what are the incredible things we can learn about the universe and the world around us. So my classroom is the ultimate expression of who I am, and I'm a nerd. And I love the fact that I am. I brought all this into the classroom for all of the other students who were just like me, because I didn't really have any role models when I was in school. I also really am very proud of my prop replica collection. So I have a lot of really neat things in here. Obviously my proton pack, I keep at home. It's a little dangerous to have in here for the kids. While I do love teaching, I also love owning my very own nerdy restaurant.
We're at the Watchtower in Waterloo, where Cameron co-owns the restaurant. Let's go inside and talk to him.
So I'm a co-owner at the Watchtower, and I kind of deal with more of the behind-the-scenes stuff. I deal with the social media and marketing and a lot of the promotions that go on. I came on board about 6 to 8 months after the Watchtower had opened, and I really was able to. It's kind of like it was a great fit for everyone. It's kind of the same idea as what I do in my classroom, only as 12, 13-year-old kids, they're a lot more vulnerable than, say, adults who have already settled into what they're into.
I've gotten to know the managers of this place, and I really believe in the quality of food and the creativity that gets demonstrated in the menu.
It gives me more space to put more props. I often will sometimes swap props between the Watchtower and my classroom, rotate them in and out to keep things fresh in my classroom and here.
Thanks for joining me at school this season. I'm Mackenzie Dubb from Conestoga Connected, and I'm out.
Coming up, we take a look at who's the better archer.
Just a little bit.
And we find out what vinyl means to our very own Kyle Rundquist. Next on Conestoga Connected.
Welcome back.
Archery seems harder than it looks, so let's see if this average Joe makes their mark.
One of our crew members makes the jump from the audio booth onto the shooting range.
Here's tryouts.
Look at that, one arrow on top of the other.
Hey folks, welcome to Tryouts. I'm your host Noah Jean-Louis, and we're at the Pioneer Sportsman Club today, learning archery. So we're here with Bob Bontaine. Now Bob, tell me, how long have you been doing archery for?
76 years.
Wow, that's a lot.
It's a long time.
Have you had any memorable experiences with archery in your lifetime?
Oh yes, I retired in 1972, undefeated, Ontario and Canadian indoor pro champion.
Wow. So our guest today is Mac Elsley. Mac? So how do you think you're going to do today, Mac?
I'm excited. I feel good. I just met Bob. There's a lot to live up to. I've heard you were great, actually. I'm excited.
To hold the bow, I always like to take the bow. I always tell students, put the whole hand in there like that, and just gently close your fingers around like that. Shake hands with the bow. How do you do, Mr. Bow?
Before we wrap up, we're going to have a quick game where Bob's going to shoot at the target, and then Mac and I are going to go, and whoever gets closest to Bob's arrow wins.
This one, just a little bit closer.
Yeah!
There's your champion.
Woo! I want to thank Bob for being our guest today.
You're quite welcome. My pleasure.
Also thank Mac.
Of course.
So before we go, how do you think it went?
Perfect.
Perfect?
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, folks, thank you for joining us on our final segment of the tryouts, and a huge shout out to the people at the Pioneer Sportsman Club for making this entire segment possible. We'll see you soon.
Wow, Bob seems like a cool guy.
Yeah, he is. Even cooler, he helped make the arrows for the Lord of the Rings.
Really? Neat. Next, we're joining Brittany as she explores Encore Records in downtown Kitchener, along with the genre of bluegrass.
We may also be seeing another familiar face. Let's tune in.
Welcome to the final episode of Spinformation, where we take an in-depth look into music genres. I'm your host, Brittany Alexandra, and I am so happy to be here. We're here in Kitchener, and we're going to check out Encore Records. Let's go take a look.
Records has been around since 1989. We talked to owner Mark Logan about why he thinks vinyl is up and coming still.
You know, there's 10 million bands right now, and I know 1 million of them. So there's a lot of stuff that I don't know. We have to be aware that, you know, somebody asks for, like Greta Van Fleet, for instance, they're huge right now. Before they had something that we were able to get for about a month, people were asking about it. So got a little list and it's like, keep an eye out for this. And then when their first EP came available to us, it's like, okay, we need to order this because we've had 25 people ask.
We talked to our friend and musician Kyle Runquist as to why vinyl is important to him and how bluegrass has been integrated into his life.
I love bluegrass.
Yeah?
Yep.
Do you play a lot of bluegrass?
I play a little bit of banjo,
Yeah.
bit of pedal steel. So one day I found a milk crate full of records and they belonged to my parents, and I was just very curious on what they were. And my dad pulled out his old record player and I listened to it, and I've loved it ever since. I personally listen to vinyl because I feel like it is, it's just the crispest form. I know when it's digitally remastered or put on a CD, more contemporary versions, it's compressed, so you don't get just the raw sounds and the imperfections even that you get on records, and that's what makes it special for me.
Thank you so much, guys, for joining us on another episode of Spinformation. It's been a blast. I can't wait to go home and listen to my new Coulter Wall record.
Can you believe that Coulter Wall is only 22 years old?
Wow, it's great to see Brittany supporting young Canadian artists. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today and this season of Conestoga Connected.
Thank you so much for watching our segments and following our journeys these past few months. I'm Edwin Harris.
And I'm Sarah Gazzola. Take care and have a great day from all of us and our hardworking crew in the control room at Conestoga Connected.